Yo, Curtis here with another episode of For the Love of It. I hope everybody had a good Thanksgiving. I know I did. I ate a lot of beets and mac and cheese. My grandmother makes amazing mac and cheese. Y'all are missing out. It's delicious. But yeah, so I kind of wanted to do things a little bit differently this week and just share how I got into skateboarding. We all have a story, you know. Every single one of us picked up a skateboard for the first time. And you know, my story, it's not that crazy. It is what it is, but it's my story. And I wanted to share it, and I hope that, you know, after you watch the video in the comments, you guys will share your story about how you got into skateboarding. So for me, growing up in the 90s, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater was all the rage. When Tony Hawk's Pro Skater came out, dude, it just like blew everybody's mind. We're like, what? Everybody, whether you skated or not, you knew who Tony Hawk was, and that's still the case today. But you know, I started playing those games, and I think that was really my first introduction to skateboarding. And it didn't really lead me to pick up a skateboard yet. To me, it was just a video game. You know, I was out being a kid and just getting into all kinds of other trouble. And it was definitely an evolution, because at one point, I hate to admit it, I was a scooter kid. Razor scooters were huge back then, man. It was like such a fad. But I did that for a bit, and then I rode bikes. But I never like had that moment to pick up a skateboard until I think probably around the time Tony Hawk's Underground came out, because that game definitely, I don't know, there was something about it. You know, it had the story mode and everything, and then too, I was watching, you know, Jackass, Viva La Bam, the CKY videos. So there was like skateboarding coming at me in all different directions. But I still just like, I don't know if I was scared or if I just wasn't ready to do something like that. You know, I wasn't ready to pick up a board and skate. But I remember, you know, I'd see like, I don't know, I'd be out to dinner with, you know, out to dinner at like this pub or something. I'd see somebody skate by the restaurant and be like, bro, I want to do that. I want to do that. I want to skate. And not too long after that, I went over to my buddy's house. He lived right down the road from my grandparents. And he had this Haggard World Industries board. I'm like, where'd you get this, bro? He's like, yo, I found it in the woods. And I was just like, all right, cool. So we started skating it, man. We would take turns, you know, he would ride, I would ride. He would ride, I would ride. And this went on for like quite a while. And we were doing stupid stuff. Like I really wanted, he had a little kicker, and I wanted to hit the kicker, but I couldn't figure out how to get speed. And so he also had a quarter pipe. So we put the kicker right in front of the quarter pipe, like right in front of the quarter pipe, dude. And I ate so much trash. Like it was pretty bad. Don't put kickers immediately in front of quarter pipes. Bad idea. But I started to fall in love, really. I was like, wow, I'm having a blast on this skateboard. But over time, my buddy lost interest. You know, he didn't really care to skate. You know, it wasn't his thing. But I was in love. I was like, this is something else, man. This is so cool. This is what I want to do. And so I asked him. I was like, dude, would you give me that skateboard? He's like, oh man, I'll sell it to you for like 10 bucks. So I gave him a $10 bill. And dude, I'll never forget it. I'll never forget putting the board down and skating. You know, leaving that cul-de-sac and skating back to my grandparents on my skateboard. I'll never, in a million years, I will never forget that feeling, because I still get it. 16 years later, every time I put my board down on the concrete and I skate, I get that feeling inside. You know, it doesn't leave me. It never leaves me, you know, and I, at this rate, I don't think it ever will. Skateboarding has just become this pillar in my life, this passion, and I feel bad for people that go through life without their passion. You know, they don't have that thing that drives them, that thing that like, and whether it's a hobby, I don't care what it is, you know, I feel bad for people who don't find it. I mean, and it takes work. It's a bit of work and it's a bit of luck to figure out what you love in this life. And I don't know, man, if you're thinking about doing something, just do it. You know, because of course, you know, there's times where I'm like, man, I see these young kids coming up and they're just crushing it. And I'm like, man, I wish I started when I was younger, you know? like be like 5 or 6 years old just pushing on a skateboard. But you know, I wasn't. I was 16. And you know, that's fine. I started when I did, and I think, you know, it doesn't matter when you start something. You know, if you want to do something, just do it, because you can start now. You know, and you can find that passion, that thing that just pushes you over the limit, you know, the thing that's just like, this is my thing. But yeah, man, find what you love. And if somebody wants to give you crap for it, be like, nah, man, I ain't taking that today. But yeah, find what you love and do it, whether it be skateboarding, playing guitar, or underwater basket weaving. If it's something that you love, you know, you pick it up and you realize that you love it, don't ever put it down. That's the worst thing you could do, is take that passion that you have in life and put it down. Because, you know, we're here for a short while, and it would be a shame to forget about the things that you love most. But yeah, so I just wanted to share that quick little story. And you know, it's that time of year where a whole lot of magic happens. And thankfully I skateboard, so a little bit of magic happens every single day. But yeah, I love you guys. Thanks for tuning in. And until next week, never stop skating, for the love of it.